Have you ever wondered why a rubber duck floats while a bowling ball sinks? Or why your coffee cools down faster than a polar bear in a snowstorm? What's the deal with water anyway? Is it just H2O? Or is it hiding some serious secrets beneath its surface? Buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wacky world of physics and water. And trust me, you won't want to miss a drop of it. Let's kick things off with a little brain teaser. Imagine you're at a pool party and you're trying to impress your friends with your cannonball skills. You leap off the diving board, arms flailing, and splash down like a meteorite crashing into the ocean. But here's the kicker. Why does the splash happen? Why does it look so epic? Spoiler alert, it all comes down to physics, and we're just getting started. First, let's talk about density. Density is like the bouncer at the club of buoyancy. If you're too heavy, you're not getting in. Water has a density of about 1 gram per cubic centimeter, which means if you're less dense than that, you're floating like a majestic swan. But if you're denser, well, you're going straight to the bottom, like that one friend who insists on bringing a whole watermelon to the beach. So rubber ducks are filled with air, making them less dense than water, while bowling balls, well, they're just heavy and fabulous, sinking like they own the place. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the magic of surface tension. You know that feeling when you're trying to balance a spoon on the edge of your glass? That's surface tension at work, holding everything together like an overprotective parent at a high school dance. It's the reason why water bugs can skate across the surface without taking a dive. They're like the cool kids of the water world, defying gravity while the rest of us are flailing around like a fish out of water. So next time you see a water strider gliding effortlessly, remember, physics is their best friend. Speaking of gravity, let's not forget about the role it plays in our watery escapades. Gravity is like the ultimate party pooper, always pulling us down, down, down. But it's also what gives us the thrill of a water slide. Picture this. You're at a water park, climbing to the top of the tallest slide. Your heart races as you perch at the edge, contemplating life choices. But then you let go and whoosh, gravity takes over and you're flying down faster than a cheetah on roller skates. That rush? It's all thanks to the gravitational force pulling you down into the waiting pool below. Physics is the real MVP of summer fun. Now, let's shift gears and talk about temperature. Have you ever noticed how your hot tub feels like a warm hug on a chilly day? That's because water has a high specific heat capacity, which means it can absorb a lot of heat without changing temperature too quickly. It's like that friend who can handle all the gossip without breaking a sweat. So when you're lounging in that hot tub, just remember, it's not just relaxation, it's physics working its magic to keep you cozy. But wait, there's more. Have you ever tried to boil water? You know that moment when you're standing there waiting for it to bubble and steam like a dragon? That's because water has a high heat of vaporization. It takes a lot of energy to turn that liquid into steam, which is why it feels like forever when you're trying to make pasta. You're not just waiting for the water to boil, you're witnessing a physics lesson in patience. So the next time you're cooking, give a nod to water for being the diva of the kitchen, demanding all that heat before it's ready to perform. Let's not forget about the wonders of water pressure. Imagine you're diving into the deep end of the pool. As you go deeper, you feel that pressure building up, squeezing you like a giant hug from the ocean. That's water pressure in action, and it's all about the weight of the water above you. The deeper you go, the more pressure you feel. It's like a game of how deep can you go, but with real consequences. So if you ever find yourself at the bottom of a pool, just remember, it's not that you're sinking, it's just the water giving you a big bear hug. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the phenomenon of waves. Ever been to the beach and watched the waves crash against the shore? It's like nature's way of throwing a party, and everyone's invited. Waves are created by wind blowing across the surface of the water, transferring energy and creating those beautiful rolling hills of water. But here's the kicker. Waves don't actually move water from one place to another. Instead, they move energy. So when you're splashed by a wave, you're not just getting wet, you're experiencing the physics of energy transfer in action. It's like a high five from the ocean. And speaking of the ocean, let's dive into the world of currents. Ocean currents are like the highways of the sea, carrying warm and cold water across the globe. They're influenced by wind, the Earth's rotation, and even the shape of the ocean floor. Ever heard of the Gulf Stream? It's like a super highway for warm water, bringing balmy temperatures to the east coast of the United States. So next time you're enjoying a sunny day at the beach, remember that currents are working hard behind the scenes to keep things just right. It's like Mother Nature's way of ensuring we have the best beach day ever. Now let's switch gears and talk about the water cycle. It's not just a boring science lesson, it's a wild adventure. Picture this. Water evaporates from the surface of lakes and oceans, transforms into vapor, and floats up into the sky. It's like water is taking a vacation, but then it cools down, condenses into clouds, and eventually falls back to Earth as rain, snow, or hail. It's the ultimate round trip, and it's happening all around us all the time. So next time you're caught in a downpour, just think of it as water's way of saying, "Surprise, I'm back." Now let's not forget about the chemistry of water. Water is a polar molecule, which means it has a positive and negative side, making it an excellent solvent. It's like that friend who can get along with everyone at the party. This property allows water to dissolve various substances, from salt to sugar, making it essential for life. So when you're sipping your favorite beverage, remember that water is working hard behind the scenes, making sure those flavors blend together perfectly. Cheers to that. And finally, let's wrap it all up with a fun fact. Water is the only substance on Earth that can exist in all three states: solid, liquid, and gas under normal conditions. Ice, liquid water, and steam all have their own unique properties and behaviors. It's like water is the ultimate shapeshifter, adapting to its environment and keeping things interesting. So the next time you take a sip of water, just remember, you're drinking a little bit of magic. So what have we learned today? We've uncovered the secrets of density, surface tension, gravity, temperature, pressure, waves, currents, the water cycle, and even the chemistry of water. It's a wild ride filled with laughter, surprises, and a whole lot of physics. The next time you find yourself near a body of water, whether it's a pool, a lake, or the ocean, take a moment to appreciate the incredible science at play. Water isn't just a simple liquid, it's a complex, fascinating substance that shapes our world in ways we often take for granted. So are you ready to impress your friends with your newfound knowledge? Can you explain why your rubber duck floats while your bowling ball sinks? Or how waves are just energy having a good time? The world of physics and water is vast and exciting, and you're now armed with the knowledge to dive in and explore. Remember, water is more than just H2O. It's a playground of science waiting for you to discover its secrets. So grab your goggles and get ready for an adventure. You've got the physics of water on your side.